Bum, ba, dum, bum, bum, bum. Welcome to BjjBrick Quick. My name is Byron. Today, I'm going to be talking with you about rolling with my wife. Hey, quick question here. Do you enjoy the intro songs? In an effort to minimize the editing time, you're going to get the little bum-ba-da-bum-bum-bum, little things like that for the intro song. I think it's kind of silly. We'll see if you guys want me to keep it or I can just ditch it altogether. I do roll with my wife. She's been doing jiu-jitsu, I don't even know, for several years. For her, I think she enjoys it, but she doesn't have the same passion that I have. And I don't think she has the same passion that a lot of the students have. I think if you put it on a list as far as, passion for jiu-jitsu, she's not in the top 50% as far as that goes. That's not a bad thing. You look at somebody who's got that, they're really excited about jiu-jitsu. Sometimes those flames burn out and they're just a little bit too much amped about it. She's been doing jiu-jitsu for a few years now at kind of a more mild pace. She's not watching YouTube videos or competition footage. That's kind of maybe a way to gauge how much into this she is. She does care about the people on the mats, and she does have some favorite techniques that she does. But in reality, I'm a black belt. My wife is a white belt, has a few stripes, and I'm her main training partner. And that's an interesting dynamic, and all through COVID and all that annoyance things, she was my main training partner. And it was really nice to have somebody to just get on the mats and do some jiu-jitsu. And she does have, like most white belts with a couple of stripes, some good techniques. She has some of her favorite techniques that I got to watch out for. She's very skilled with a guillotine. She's got a couple of good sweeps. She really likes it, enjoys Kimuras. I would say that her top game is probably where she's most comfortable, but her guard game has shown the most growth recently. With the addition of getting more comfortable doing triangles, and she'll armbar off of those, and she'll transition off of a triangle pretty well. It's been fun watching her kind of develop and grow those things. I do get training out of rolling with her. It's not the same as when I, grab a black or a brown belt on the mats and we go, pretty hard. It's different, but a lot of times I'm exploring a different aspect of my game, or I'm working on a weaker part of my game. Even then, I don't want to push the strength aspect. It's very frustrating to her if she feels like I'm muscling something. Of course, that's frustrating. Jiu-jitsu should be working. And when you have a white belt who is not as strong as a black belt, it behooves me to not use the strength and to let her feel like if I am getting the better of an exchange, it's because of technique. And if she's getting the better of exchange, it's not from speed or from me being tired or I don't know what else there could be, but it's because the technique was good. She will a lot of times say, "Oh, you let me have that." But we're training, and she does enjoy executing techniques successfully. If we train for 30 minutes and she doesn't get to complete a submission, it's a little bothering to her, and I know that she feels like she's aware that I'm not going like hard against her, and that if she does a triangle cleanly, she can complete it, and she'll never get like a full escape effort out of me. But I'd like to give her, that white or blue belt level of escape, and if she's able to prevent that, good for her. And if she's able to counter and do something else, that's amazing. And that's kind of where we are with our training. I do think she gets more out of training with other people, but it seems like I'm her favorite training partner. It's just kind of we train in a very small group, and she does learn a lot from people like Gary that are willing to share and to roll a little bit with her. I do think that there is a kind of a hurdle to get over when you're trying to teach your spouse something, and I think it's similar with a child. It's like there's some biases in what they're hearing or what they're doing, and when I say to do something, it's a little different if Gary says it, or if Joe says something. It's just she hears it differently, and not that she doesn't respect my opinion or what I'm saying, but I've been giving her advice on the mats a lot, and sometimes it doesn't work. That's jiu-jitsu. But sometimes Gary will give advice, and that may not be might not work for her. But I do think that as far as learning a skill, your spouse may not be the best person to teach that to you. It might be the most convenient, but maybe not the best person to teach it. So I know that, and she knows that. I hate to go on and on about training my wife. She does have some great moves, and I think the thing that frustrates her the most is when she meets up against strength, or she meets up against somebody who wants to stall. She really doesn't mind getting submitted. She does mind getting stuck in a bad position for an extended period of time. And we talk about it, and it's okay to just tap and to try to start over, or to choose your training partners, be a little more selective. And one thing that she has learned, I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here, is if you don't choose your training partner and you wait until the other last person hasn't gotten anybody else, a lot of times that's the roughest person to roll with, because nobody else chose them. That might be the stinky person, or something like that. So if you're more aggressive, and she's not an aggressive person with picking that like a dance partner, go up, hey, you roll with me this round. She doesn't do that very much. So typically she's a little bit later on, and if there's one person who hasn't got anybody to pair with, sometimes there's a reason for that. So I try to encourage her in between rounds, hey, go grab somebody, be more aggressive, pick your more enjoyable training partners. Do you have a topic that I should cover on BjjBrick Quick? Send it to bjjbrick@gmail.com. BjjBrick is Patreon supported, but not the quick episodes. Those are on the house. If you would like to add something to this conversation, comment. The easiest way is on our Facebook fan page on this episode. Till next time, stay sweaty, my friends.